Stand by. Oh, there I am. What's up, party people? KeysDAN, RadioWhat.com, DJLittleRock.com, coming to you live and in living color from the Radio What studios. And this is my podcast, What Makes You Smarter? It's an extension of the RadioWhat.com internet radio station that I've been running for quite some time. And if you need DJ services, where do I always send you? DJLittleRock.com. One more time. DJLittleRock.com. Check availability and get a free price quote, and maybe you can have me at your next event. You know I like to party with the people. The people need to be entertained. Are you not entertained? Let me entertain you. Ha! This week's shows, I will be at the Rab in Conway, Arkansas. My usual Friday night gig. I know we had a snow day last Friday night. I was so sad that I wasn't able to be at the Rab with my friends at the Rab in Conway, Arkansas. They got a full bar, kitchen's open, pool tables. Oh man, they got a pool tournament on Friday nights. And if you'd like to try your hand at playing pool and possibly make some money while you're at it, why don't you check out the Rab in Conway, Arkansas? I'll be there. Video dance party, karaoke jam. You're the stars of the show. It's a little concert starring each and every one of you. Yeah, I said karaoke. Yeah, I said dancing. Yeah, I said a good time. I said see your friends at the Rab in Conway, Arkansas. Always fun. Oh, my goodness. Hey, I'm transmitting live on my YouTube page, KeysDAN 411. My Facebook page, KeysDAN 411, and my YouTube and Twitch pages are both KeysDAN. So if you'd like to find me there, like, subscribe, share, do all that kind of thing. Yeah, you could do it. Why not? I like to develop, a nice little following and have a little community that can give me some feedback on what I'm doing. Now, if I don't have a topic in mind that I want to talk about, I'll tell you the news of the day. I know I want to keep this feed open, not just for the What Makes You Smarter podcast, but also if you'd like to tell your story or hear the stories of others, I encourage you to check out my other podcast. It's called What Makes You Famous. Find it everywhere using the hashtag What Makes You Famous. Now, on with the show. Today on the program, 10 things you need to know today for Tuesday, February 8th, 2022. 10 things you need to know today. Number one, Biden vows to block gas pipeline if Russia invades Ukraine. President Biden vowed to block the planned Nord Stream 2 natural gas pipeline from Russia to Europe if Moscow sends troops into Ukraine. Biden, standing with German Chancellor Olaf Scholz at the White House, said the U.S. and its NATO allies are unified in their commitment to react strongly if Russia invades. Biden also said any U.S. citizens remaining in Ukraine would be, quote, wise, end quote, to leave, even though Biden said he remained hopeful that diplomacy would diffuse the crisis. French President Emmanuel Macron met with Russian President Vladimir Putin in Moscow in a bid to de-escalate tensions. Quote, I believe that our continent is today in an eminently critical situation, which requires us all to be extremely responsible, end quote, Macron said. This is according to the Washington Post. Number two, Supreme Court halls redrawing of Alabama electoral map. The Supreme Court on Monday put a hold on a lower court decision ordering Alabama to redraw a congressional district map that appeared to discriminate against black voters. The High Court's 5-4 decision marked a key win for Republicans because it meant the map drawn by the Republican-controlled legislature could be used in the November midterm elections when Republicans will try to regain control of Congress. The lower court judges ruled the map diluted the influence of black voters who represent 25% of the population, but only make up a majority in just one of the state's 7 districts. Conservative justices said it was way too close to Election Day to redraw the map. This is according to Reuters. Number 3, Biden's science advisor Eric Lander resigns. President Biden's top science advisor Eric Lander resigned Monday after an internal investigation found that he violated the White House's workplace policy. The 2-month investigation found that Lander was, quote, bullying, end quote, his former general counsel, Rachel Wallace, Politico reported, citing investigation recordings and documents it obtained. Lander apologized in his resignation letter to Biden, saying he was, quote, devastated that I caused hurt to past and present colleagues by the way in which I have spoken to them, end quote. Biden warned on his first day in office that he would fire, quote, on the spot, end quote, anyone who doesn't treat others with respect. Lander is the first cabinet-level administration official to be fired or leave under pressure. This is according to Axios and Politico. Number 4, National Archives takes 15 boxes of records from Trump at Mar-a-Lago. The National Archives and Records Administration last month took 15 boxes of documents and other items from former President Donald Trump, the Washington Post reported Monday, citing archives officials. Trump had taken them to his Mar-a-Lago resort residence in Palm Beach, Florida, instead of turning them over as the Presidential Records Act requires. Trump advisors say the former president did nothing wrong by keeping the boxes, saying they contained gifts and letters from world leaders. The Post also reported recently that Trump frequently tore up documents, apparently violating records rules. Archivist of the United States, David S. Ferriero, said following the Presidential Records Act, quote, it's critical to our democracy, end quote, because it ensures accountability. This is according to the Washington Post. Number 5, Rumble offers Joe Rogan $100 million to switch from Spotify. Conservative video hosting website Rumble on Monday tweeted an offer to pay popular podcaster Joe Rogan $100 million to leave Spotify and bring his show, The Joe Rogan Experience, to its platform. Rogan and Spotify apologized for Rogan's airing of inaccurate COVID-19 information and his use of racial slurs, as several recording artists, starting with Neil Young, pulled their music off the streaming platform in protest. Rumble bills itself as an anti-censorship platform, and it's as popular with the American right. And its CEO, Chris Pavlovsky, said in a letter to Rogan posted on Twitter that his company is ready to, quote, stand with you, your guests, and your legion of fans in desire for real conversation, end quote. This is according to Fox Business and Rumble. Number 6, Canadian judge bars protesters from honking horns in Ottawa. A Canadian judge on Monday issued a 10-day injunction barring truckers from protesting vaccine mandates from honking their horns in downtown Ottawa. Quote, tooting a horn is not an expression of any great thought I'm aware of, end quote, Justice Hugh McLean of the Ottawa Superior Court said. He also said the ban would not violate demonstrators' rights to protest. A convoy of truckers and other demonstrators protesting Canada's COVID-19 policies entered Ottawa on January 29th and has been blocking streets and using horns to disturb residents ever since. According to the order, police can now arrest and remove people who knowingly violate the ban and release them if they promise in writing to obey the judge's order. This is according to the CBC. Number 10, Frontier to buy Spirit Airlines in a deal worth $6.6 billion. Frontier on Monday agreed to buy rival low-cost airline Spirit for $2.9 billion in cash and stock. The total value would be $6.6 billion, including debt and operating leases. If the sale goes through, it will create the nation's 5th biggest airline and a discount flight powerhouse more able to compete with bigger carriers. Low-cost airliners have shaken up the airline industry in recent years by offering passengers often far cheaper flights by cutting frills. The consolidations comes as the travel industry tries to rebound from a painful pandemic-induced slowdown while it's still fighting higher cost and labor shortages caused by COVID-19. Spirit shares jumped by 17% on Monday. Frontier rose by 3.5%. This is according to the Wall Street Journal. Number 8, judge rules U.S. must pay Texas church massacre victims and families $230 million. A federal judge ruled Monday that the U.S. government must pay $230 million to victims and families of victims of a 2017 Texas church massacre. The gunman, Devin Patrick Kelly, had been court-martialed by the Air Force for assaulting his then-wife and stepson in 2012. He should have been barred from owning firearms due to the conviction, but the Air Force failed to enter his name in the correct database, allowing him to buy the AR-556 rifle he used to kill 26 people and wound 22 others at the Sutherland Springs, Texas church. District Judge Xavier Rodriguez awarded damages to about 80 people who were wounded or lost family members. This is according to NPR. Number 9, U.S.-born Eileen Gu wins freestyle skiing gold for China. Eileen Gu, the 18-year-old Californian competing for China at the Beijing Winter Olympics, won her first gold medal on Monday. The U.S.-born freestyle skiing prodigy was trailing Tess Ledoux of France and another skier heading into her final jump of the women's big air competition. She landed her first ever double cork 1620. I don't even know what that is, but it sounds interesting. A move in which, oh, here we go. A move in which skiers spin 4.5 times while rotating twice off axis while soaring 20 feet above the snow. That sounds amazing. It was enough to vault her into first. Ledoux, unable to match Gu's score, won the silver medal. Gu has attracted international attention for her decision to represent China, her mother's homeland, rather than the U.S. She has 2 more events in her effort to win 3 golds. This is according to the New York Times. Number 10, COVID knocks U.S. figure skater Vincent Zoo out of Olympics. U.S. figure skater Vincent Zoo said Monday night that his positive coronavirus test would prevent him from competing in the men's singles competition, which starts Tuesday. Today, Zoo, 21, contributed to the U.S. silver medal winning team performance, but he will not be able to join his teammates today when they accept their medals due to the Beijing Winter Olympics strict COVID-19 protocols. Quote, "We just feel bad for him not being able to share this moment with us," end quote, said Brandon Frazier, who was part of the silver medal winning effort with his partner Alexa Knierim, K-N-I-E-R-I-M, Knierim. Quote, "When you get held back from doing what you've been training to do your whole life, it's really a tough pill to swallow," end quote. This is according to ESPN and the New York Times. That's 10 things you need to know today for Tuesday, February 8th, 2022. Thanks for listening. Thanks for coming along on the journey. I like to learn some stuff, and while I got this microphone in front of me, I might as well spit it out. Maybe I'll learn a little bit about what's going on in the world today a little bit better. Stay tuned to this feed for What Makes You Smarter. I might have some topics that interest me that I might want to learn a little bit more about, and I'll spit them into the mic and teach you a little bit as well if you care to come with the journey. But this feed also has my other podcast. If you'd like to tell your story or hear the stories of others, I encourage you to check out my other podcast. It's called What Makes You Famous. Find it everywhere using the hashtag What Makes You Famous. Also, if you're anywhere in the Central Arkansas area on Friday night, come and join me at the Rab in Conway, Arkansas, the Video Dance Party Karaoke Jam. Also, hey, I saved my Saturdays for weddings and parties. I've been booking a lot of birthday parties, and my goodness, I had a Sweet 16 last week over at the Russellville Country Club. That was so good, so good. Had a great time. I look forward to the next one, for sure, for sure. I know I have a wedding coming up, barbecue. Oh my goodness, so many good things. If you'd like to get some DJ services, check out djlittlerock.com. And the radiowhat.com is for if you want to listen to some music that I like, and music. Hey, a lot of people have been sending me their new songs, new artists, and new singers. And they've been sending their songs to KeysDAN@AOL.com and for consideration. And if I like it, I'll put it on radiowhat.com. And if you send them to me and you have a Twitter account, hey, maybe I'll tweet you about it. That's it for this edition of What Makes You Smarter. It's KeysDAN, radiowhat.com, djlittlerock.com. Peace. I'm out of here.